really don't want to take much time. We want to have this conference as interactive as possible so that we can get as much interaction and suggestions from you as possible. We want to get everybody involved so that we can implement or we can take whatever actions we are taking in a manner that is completely transparent, that's in a consensus manner with everybody, so that we can move the industry forward. So we very much would wish to appreciate the presence of the Minister today, and we know she is also a very responsible farmer, and we will be getting advice at our leadership level and also at our farming level. Therefore, it is my pleasure and duty to invite the Honourable Minister to officially open this workshop.
Our aim in the Ministry of Agriculture is to make agriculture viable. Fertilizer is one of the most important inputs into our agriculture. This, we do not need to go very far to find the evidence. In the last few years, when the Ministry of Agriculture has been able to get some subsidies to be able to get affordable fertilizer for the farmers, we have realized a bumper crop. Today, if you read the newspapers, I just looked at an editorial of one of the papers, there is naturally a certain level of consternation that there is famine in Kenya once again. This is something we hear all the time. That is correct. There is famine, there is hunger. We have to somehow get to the level where we can fulfill the Millennium Development Goal 1, which is to remove famine and hunger. It is not Millennium Development Goal number 1 by accident. You have to feed your country. You have to be able to have food. You have to have food security to be able to do anything else. I'm pleased to say that conferences, when you've held the last 6 conferences, you came up with some of the ideas that we are implementing and urged government to subsidize fertilizer. Currently, because the world prices are very high, we don't have a fertilizer plant anywhere near this country, leave alone in this country. Out of that recommendation, which was followed, we can say quite proudly in the Ministry of Agriculture, and speaking on behalf of the farmers, that although there is drought in Kenya, we have food available in this country today, thanks to your efforts and people in this industry, but more specifically the farmers and the government, which agreed to subsidize the fertilizer so that farmers could plant. You may be aware that the North Rift and the South Rift, because of the subsidized fertilizer, produced twice the amount of food they had produced the year before. They will continue to produce, but they will have low yields if they do not have the correct fertilizer. When we talk of farming, let us understand that we are saying something different this time. The food is there. Let us go and get it to the people who need it. That is a function of other arms of government, and I'm sure they are doing it. For that, I at least want to salute the farmers of this country for doing their work. I also want to salute you, the stakeholders, for ensuring that we had fertilizer in the country when we needed it, and the right fertilizer, because it is not just good enough to get any fertilizer, because if you get any fertilizer, you are going to ruin the soil forever, and then we shall not be able to do anything. Now, I'm pleased to once more say you are welcome. Please put all your thoughts out for us to implement. We are listening, all the technocrats are here. I am here to encourage you to be open and to assist us to move forward. I now want to declare the meeting open, and I thank you all for listening to me. Thank you very much.